right, everybody, hello and welcome to TheWrap Studios. I'm Stuart Brazel here with Eric McCormack, and we're talking your new show, Travelers. So break it down for us. Right now it's airing in Canada, but we're getting it on Netflix December 23rd.
That's right, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Whole thing drops, it's all yours.
I've been #blessed to have seen the first 2 episodes, but for those who aren't familiar, tell us about the premise of the show.
Well, it is the Travelers. Of the title refers to time travel, but we don't go into the future. We're from the future. We're here now, and we're here to do some serious business that will be revealed over the course of the first season. But basically, we're here to try to fix a very bleak future. Hard to picture that at the moment, isn't it? We have our jobs, but we don't come back in body. We don't travel in a time machine. Our essence, our consciousness is sent back, and we take over the bodies and the lives of people living now. So we are essentially spies infiltrating the lives of regular human beings. And so our team, which is really, this is the fun part of the show, our team of travelers are people who in 2016 would never have met each other. They're from all different walks of life. But now that they are secretly travelers, they have to find ways to come together and keep it a secret.
And I can tell for the audience it's going to be fun because obviously you have pre-existing relationships with some of them from the future, and we can see how that kind of gets recreated in your new selves, your new bodies.
That's the fun part.
But are actually the old bodies.
That's right. Well, you know, any movie where there's somebody who's clearly in a different body, or in those age movies where someone who's 13 is suddenly 30, the fun is watching them try to make it work, to try to improv through their lives. We get to do that with 5 different characters in some really serious circumstances. I mean, one of them knows that he's landing in the body of someone who died of a heroin overdose, but the historical record, the social media from 2016, reported that it was a one-time only thing, and it turns out he's living in the body of an addict. And so that's his lot to bear for
I like that it is these characters that you're very open about using social media, guiding yourself so clearly. Social media is going strong in the future. Well,
Brad Wright, who created the show, who created the Stargate series.
And there's some familiar faces for Stargate fans on the show.
Yes, Patrick Gilmore, who's great. But Brad started with the idea of social media. That's kind of the germ of the idea, in that we are right now. There was a time when history was written by a few people. It was written by the winners. Now history is written by all of us all the time. I mean, everyone sitting in this office is writing something that
they are right behind us.
That will still exist. That's the thing. That's the thing we keep trying to tell our 14-year-old is, like, you know, anything you do right now, it's not going anywhere. So this historical record will exist, as flawed as it is, in hundreds of years. And what will that tell the future? How accurate are we reporting our lives? I mean, think of what you put on Match.com. It's not that accurate. So we're not really reporting what's actually
slightly
going on.
Editorialized for yourself.
A little bit. I didn't mean your. I've seen your Match.com. It's
I know,
very
mine's
accurate.
Very public.
The picture's very current, guys.
Thank you. Selfie posted yesterday. So what can we expect from this first season? What can the audience look forward to? Well,
the question everyone will have probably at the end of the pilot is what is their job? Why are these 5 here? And that will get answered, but it's not the be-all and the end-all. It's just the beginning of the various other things we have to contend with. Because we as travelers are like soldiers. We have a little piece of the puzzle. We know what our job is. We don't know the rest of it. We don't know the bigger picture, and neither does the audience. So they will experience with us this idea of, okay, now what? Because the really cool thing with the show is that ours is a one-way journey. We're not going back to the future. We're here.
And I mean, you know what you know from social media, but you have to completely take on these strangers' lives.
Right. I mean, in the case of my character, he's landing in the body of a married guy, married for 11 years.
Now.
So that's just something that it's not just something he gets to do for 5 minutes. It's forever now, and he starts to have feelings, and his partner at the FBI starts to have questions, and all of the travelers have circumstances in which they're not going to be able to pass quite so easily.
All right, everybody, be sure to watch Travelers on Netflix December 23rd to see him.
And every day afterwards. It's Netflix. Watch it whenever you want.